In the last class, we started the MOSFET as the switch. How the MOSFET is acting as a switch. We started with that component. So generally, any MOS transistor, whether it is a PMOS or NMOS, whatever the MOS transistor you can take, the main function or main application of the MOSFET is switch. Even though the transistor is also working as a switch, but the problem of the transistor acting as a switch is what? So whenever the transistor is acting as a switch, because of in the open state also, whenever the transistor is open, so also some current is flowing. That is called the leakage current. That type of leakage current is not happened here. No current, no leakage current. See, for example, if you take this circuit, so this is the MOS transistor, NMOS transistor, source and drain. So depending on the gate potential, this may be gate potential may be 0 or VDD. If it is 0, that means the transistor will be acting as an open switch like this. That means no signal will pass from source to drain. Suppose this is VDD. Because of its NMOS transistor, so definitely the gate will be closed and it is acting as a closed switch like this. Closed switch. Then the signal may transmit from the source to drain. This is the first thing. So next one is the structure of the MOS transistor. This is the MOS transistor structure. So very simple thing to understand here is only take the P substrate over the P substrate. What happened? Two N plus regions, heavily doped N plus regions. One act as a source, one more is acting as a drain. Can be doped, and then a polysilicon gate is considered. Between the substrate and the polysilicon gate, there must be a silicon dioxide, that is the insulator, which can be act as a what? Dielectric also. So, and one more thing. So as I shown here, L drawn is the length of the gate. Length of the gate. I'm talking about length of the gate. So L drawn is the length of the gate. So, but because these two are, already I told you about these two. These two are generally should not be there. So ideally there should not be that extensions. So then simply the channel length and the gate length both are same. The channel length and gate length both are same. That is the L drawn. But whenever you are going to creating the source and drain, so definitely you should take the what? గీతం దాంతో జాయిన్ మెయిల్ కూడా గీతంతో చూసుకోవాలి. సేమ్ మెయిల్ ఐడి గీతం మెయిల్ ఐడితో ఓపెన్ చేసుకోవాలి. Okay, these two things at the source and drain, this part this part and this part is why it is that means it is extended towards the channel both sides, means whenever you are going to do the implant the ions or doping the ions to make the source and drain, there is a side wall diffusion. Because of the side wall diffusion, even though so a lot of care you have taken, so there must be a side wall diffusion. Because of this side wall diffusion, what happened? The channel length can be reduced. So now the length of the gate is L drawn actually, but the length of the channel is less than the L drop. So suppose each side, either source and drain side, each side is, suppose there is a side wall diffusion of LD length, then two sides it becomes the 2LD. 2LD. Then effective channel length, generally gate length, channel length, both are same. Gate length and channel length. But physically, both are different. Physically, so after the fabrication of the IC, the whatever the length of the channel is, definitely less than the actual length of the gate. So because of this sidewall diffusion, that we can understand from there. So L effective is equal to, what is that one? L effective is equal to, so is less than or equal to L drawn minus 2D, 2LD. See, consider the NMOS transistor shown in the figure. It has three types of stack called body and bulk. So two heavily doped regions called source and drain, polysilicon gate and thin region of SiO2, dielectric or insulator, you can take it anything. The length of the gate along the source to drain is the channel length, gate length L, and the perpendicular length. Okay, so is called the width. So during the fabrication of source and drain junction, side diffusion happens. Because of that one, the distance between the source and drain is slightly less than the L. L means here in the picture, L means what? L drawn. So that I can say the effective length, L effective is less than or equal to L drawn minus 2LD. So in symmetrical device, as I told you, the symmetrical device, I think both the terminals can be interchangeable. The source can be act as a drain and the drain can be act as a source because of what? The potential. If the source potential is less, drain potential is more. So sorry, suppose left hand side terminal potential is more than the right hand side, then this is acting as the drain. If reverse, this is acting as the drain. So simple. So that is true for only symmetrical devices. Okay, symmetrical devices means what? The doping concentration of the both source and drain, this region and this region is same. That is called the symmetrical. If both are different, you cannot interchange like that. Okay, suppose if you take a transistor, there is a three-terminal transistor. You have three sections. One is the emitter, one more is the base, one more is the collector. Okay, so there is a difference the doping levels, concentrations of the each and every layer. So that you cannot say. So I think collector can act as emitter and can act as a collector. No. So emitter is heavily doped, base is moderately doped, sorry, lightly doped, and collector is the heavily, so lightly, medium, moderately doped, lightly doped. So that there is no question of interchanging of the terminals. But here, since the two sides of the gate, okay, so this portion and this portion, both are doping with the same concentrations. There is no difference in the doping levels. So whenever there is no difference, then you can say it as a symmetrical device. So in the symmetrical devices only, the interchange property is true. In the symmetrical devices, it is not true. I hope you understand. Yeah, next one is take this circuit. If you take this circuit, this is simple PMOS transistor. So if you want to take the PMOS transistor, definitely you need to take the N-type substrate. So generally, so every device have a, that means every MOS transistor has a three terminals: source, drain, and gate, three terminals. But the fourth one is what? This is the substrate terminal. Substrate terminal. This is the substrate N-type. This is the one terminal. The substrate terminal is known as what? Bulk or body. Body or bulk. That is the substrate. And if you take the second one, second picture, this is the CMOS circuit. So in the CMOS circuit, what happened? There is a two MOS transistor, NFET and PFET, both are sitting. So this is the P-type substrate, so that the NFET is here, and this is the N-well, and PFET is here. So for this is substrate, there is a connection, that is body connection, and for this well also one connection is required. It's called the well connection. This is the well connection. Sorry, this is the N-type well means N-type connection. Okay, clear? So what I am going to tell you here. So substrate wells, everything must be having a connection. So okay, sir, it's substrate and as well as wells also having connections. Okay. So that substrates or bulbs are acting as the body for the respective things. For this NMOS transistor, this is acting as a body. For this PMOS transistor, this is acting as the body. Hope you understand. Okay. So the same thing there. Nothing to explain. Same thing. Consider the PPET and CMOS devices. In CMOS, PPET fabrication in the NVEL. Okay. So local substrate. So come to the symbols of the MOS transistors. So these are the symbols. What is the difference between these symbols? If you take the first one, first group, first pair, NMOS and PMOS, including the fourth terminal. Including the, what is the fourth terminal? Body. Fourth terminal is the body. So, and second one is the, what? Both NMOS and PMOS symbols, which are related to the analog circuits, which are related to the. So how can you say this in? That means if you see the NMOS and PMOS, the difference you can find in the current direction. So if the current has outward direction, that is NMOS. If it is an inward, then it's called the PMOS. So last pair, if you see the last pair, so this pair is digital symbols. Digital symbols. So there is a bubble we will use instead of the current. We will use the bubble to make the difference between the NMOS and the PMOS. So that is the difference. Yes, same thing I wrote here. No need to explain once again. So now come to the MOS transistor IV characteristics. What do you mean by IV characteristics? I means current, V means voltage. So how the characteristics are varying, or how the current is varying with the circuit with respect to the voltage is called the IV characteristics. So for the MOS transistor, we need to know the IV characteristics. So before going to discuss about the IV characteristics, we need to know the one important thing, that is the threshold voltage. The term threshold voltage. Threshold voltage is nothing but a cut-in voltage in the BJT. In the BJT, we already studied. So there is a cut-in voltage of a transistor or diode, 0.3 volts or 0.5 volts or something. So what is the cut-in voltage? Below that voltage, the device is not operating. Above this voltage, only operating. So that is the what difference. The cut-in voltage is a term which is used in the BJT. But in the fact, instead of cut-in voltage, we are using the term what? Threshold voltage. What is the threshold voltage? How? What is the main intention to get the threshold voltage? Why we should know about the threshold? So we have two types of MOSFETs. One is the enhancement, one more the depletion MOSFETs, as we know. If you take the depletion MOSFET, the channel is already presented. So because of the construction point of view, we must take the care to establish the channel. Whereas in the case of enhancement MOS transistor, so there is no channel. There is no channel present. So that we need to create a channel. We need to establish the channel between the source and drain. If source and drain are N-type, the channel must be N-type. The source and drain are P-type, the channel must be P-type. Yeah. So the channel between the source and drain must be established by the potential, which suitable potential, which must be applied at the gate. So the threshold voltage is the voltage which is required to establish the channel between the source and drain. Is called the threshold. The amount of the voltage required to make the channel between the source and drain is, you can say, threshold voltage. So if you take the first picture, this picture, this is the what type of transistor is? NMOS transistor. In this NMOS transistor, forget about this drain potential 0, make it 0. Source is 0 and body also 0. That means both source and drain always tied together and grounded. So basic concept in the design process is the source terminal of the MOSFET and body terminal of the MOSFET are tied together and connected to the ground. Clear? So this is the VG, is the gate potential. So this potential is responsible for the establishment of the channel between the source and drain. But the point is, only this fellow, none of the other fellow is acting. Only this fellow is responsible. Clear? So in the symbolic form, you can say, forget first time, let us say this is now, it is not there, 0, make it 0 now first. Initially, make it 0, better. Yeah. This is 0, initially 0 volts. Okay, this is also 0. Not required initially. So this is also 0. Okay. So make it 0 like that. So drain is 0. Yes. As I told you, source and drain. Okay. Source is grounded, drain is also grounded, and VC is the potential which is applied at the gate. Body. Okay. So here, first thing is we must be established a channel between the source and drain. That is our primary task. Okay. Accept or not? Yes. So once the channel is formed, then you can ride from here to here with a nice bike. So otherwise, there is no power. How can you ride? Okay. So that is the. So for that, first of all, apply a small voltage at VG. At the gate, apply the small potential at this point. Okay, what happened? So positive potential must be applied at the gate for the NMOS and negative potential applied at the gate for the PMOS. PMOS gate required negative and NMOS gate required positive. So whenever some small positive is applied, positive is applied here, then negative ions are creating like this here. Because see, this is second picture. This is what happened. Generally, this is the P-type substrate. P-type substrate. The P-type substrate has what? Negative ions headed with the holes. Negative ions headed with the holes, positive charges, simply. Positive carriers. So since it is a positive, so near the interface of silicon dioxide and silicon, this is the silicon dioxide and this is silicon, this is the interface, this is the interface. So near the interface of silicon and silicon dioxide, whatever the ions are there, okay, so those are having the free carriers holes. Because of these holes, the positive charges here, they are repelled down. They are pushed down into the substrate. So whenever here is suppose here is some hole is there with this positive negative charge, this is going down. Similarly, here is going down. Similarly, here is going down. So like that, every ion is having one free hole. That all the holes are so near the this interface are pushing down. Then what happened? Only in this region we have negative immobile ions. Negative immobile ions. They are not having any movement. This process is called the what? So depletion. Depletion of the free carriers. Okay. So whenever the depletion region is happened like this, I can show you the picture. This is the picture. So because this is the polysilicon and this is the interface, silicon dioxide interface. Okay, this is acting as one metal and this is acting as another metal. Then there is a silicon. What is the silicon dioxide is there? So that one. So this is one plate and this is one more plate. They are separated with the dielectric material. It is acting as a one capacitance COX, oxide capacitance. So similarly, this interface is acting as one plate, and this substrate is acting as one another plate, and this is the depletion layer. This is the depletion region is the dielectric material because we cannot find any free carrier there. You can't find any free carrier. So whenever you depleted all the free carriers, so you have it is nothing but the depletion region. Okay, it is look like a what dielectric medium. So now this is one more capacitor. So like this is the one more capacitor. This is the this plate and this plate and this is the dielectric constant, dielectric medium. So that it is one more capacitor. It's C depletion. C depletion. So like that, two capacitors they are connected in series. It is forming like that. Okay. So this is the depletion. Earlier is what is that one? Accumulation. Second one is depletion. Third one is if you are increasing further the gate potential at this point. What happened? So whenever the further is positive voltage is applied, then what happened? So at this place, so earlier it is a positive type. This is the P type. So slowly it is converting the negative type. That means N type. Okay. Then there is a channel is forming like this. So whenever the channel is formed, then with the potential of the drain, the carriers can be supplied or can be transmitted from the source to drain. So until the channel formed, no use of this drain potential. Once the channel is established, then the carriers will flow from source to drain with respect to the what? Only the drain potential. Okay. Once the channel is formed, the role of this VZ gate potential is over. Okay. Now the everything will be with the help of drain potential. So this is the third one. So okay, what is the potential? What is the threshold voltage means what? So the voltage here is generally here more positive charges are there earlier. More positive charges are there earlier because of a VZ. Here less negative charges are there. This is called the imbalancing condition. So whenever you are increasing, so then whenever you are resulting more number of negative ions, then there must be equal both sides. So that is called the what? That is called the what? The voltage required to make the what? So if the NMOS transistor, in fact, so N-type layer, P-type layer between source and drain. Yes. As VZ becomes more positive, the holes in the P substrate are repelled from the gate area, leaving negative ions behind the mirror, the charge on the gate. Okay. In other words, the depletion region is created. Yes, is the depletion region here created. The structure resembles a voltage divider consisting of two capacitors. This is the voltage divider with two capacitors. So when the interface potential reaches the sufficient positive value, interface means this is interface. This is interface. Sufficient potential reaches sufficient positive value. Electrons flow from source to the interface and the eventually drain will be happening. This is the electron flow from the source to what? So interface. This is the interface and interface to drain. This is the path. This is the threshold. So a channel of charge carriers is formed under the gate oxide between source and drain, and the transistor is turned on. That is, the interface is inverted. Interface is inverted. Due to the reason, the channel is called the inversion layer. Inversion layer means earlier it is a P-type, now it is an N-type. Suppose if you take the P-FET, so earlier it is an N-type, now it becomes P-type. Inversion layer. Inversion means opposite layer. Opposite layer. So earlier, what is the transistor we have taken? NMOS transistor. For the NMOS transistor, earlier, what is that one? Because the substrate is P-type, P-type layer is there. With the help of the gate potential, you convert, you make it as a N-type. Okay, that's why it's called the inversion layer. The value of VZ, gate potential, for which this situation happens, is called the threshold voltage, VTH. So V suffix TH. If VZ rises further, the charge in the depletion region remains relatively constant. Once the channel is formed, so even though you are increasing the gate potential, then what happened? The charges in the depletion region is constant. Whatever the amount of the charges in the depletion region is constant. So means, I can show you this picture once again. So this is already channel is formed. So this is what? Depletion layer. This is down. Down, this is the depletion layer. So for example, you can count how many number of charges are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5. 10 charges are there. Okay, this is the depletion layer, and this is the channel. This is the channel, and this is the depletion layer. Got my point or not? So this is the channel, this is the depletion layer. So once the channel is established, even though you are increasing this gate potential, then what happened? The depletion layer, in the depletion layer, the number of charges are constant. Number of charges are constant. There is no increase in the charges. Okay. So while the channel charge density continues to increase, providing the greater current from source to drain. What happened? Once the charge number of charges are constant, then the number of charges per area is increased. Therefore, the current is also increased. In semiconductor physics, the VTH of NFET is usually defined as the simple terminology I am using here. So forget about all the story. What I said, like accumulation, inversion, and depletion and inversion, 3 stages. So with a single sentence, you can say, so usually defined as the gate voltage for which the interface is as much N-type as substrate P-type. Yeah. So earlier there is a P-type layer is there. how much strength it is having, how much charges it is having. Same type, same amount of charges in the opposite direction. That is called the threshold voltage. Okay. So there is a formula for the threshold voltage. VTH is equal to 5ms plus 2 5f plus QDP by COX. So VTH is equal to 5ms. What is the 5ms? 5ms is nothing but difference between the work function. Work function difference between the gate and the silicon substrate. Work function difference. Each metal is having some work function. Okay, each metal. So whenever two different metals are there, then definitely, so this metal and this metal having different work functions. So what is the difference of this work function? Okay, that value is a constant, of course, for material. Okay, so difference between the work functions of polysilicon gate and the silicon substrate, that is a 5ms. So and 5f is the flat band work function. So 5f is equal to kT by q into L and n sub by ni, where k is the Boltzmann constant, T is the temperature, q is the electron charge, and n sub is the substrate doping. Substrate doping. Substrate doping means what? So earlier it is a intrinsic semiconductor. Now it is an external semiconductor. So earlier it is a semiconductor, but it is not either p-type or n-type. So to make it p-type, you are doping with some impurity atoms. Okay. So that is called the what? N sub. How many atoms you took to you are considered to doping the substance. That is called the N sub. And Ni is the what? So carrier, intrinsic carrier constant. Okay. So I think QDP, QDP is nothing but charges in the depletion layer. Okay, already told you 10 charges. Okay, and COX is the oxide capacitance. This is the formula of the threshold voltage. Got the point? Definition and how can you find the threshold voltage of your device? If you want to find the threshold voltage of a device, then you can substitute all these constants. Okay, all these values, then you will get the PMOS transistor. So this much of VTH is required. So NMOS transistor, this much of VTH is required. So whenever the gate potential is more than this VTH, then only your device will be conducting. Otherwise, the device will not conduct. What? Yes. So see, the depletion layer, the charges in the depletion layer, you can find by using the formula 4 into Q epsilon Si mod 5F N sub. I think 4 is the constant, Q is the electron charge, and epsilon Si is the silicon permittivity. Okay, silicon material permittivity, and 5F already identified, and N sub is already said that it is a substrate doping. Substrate doping. The amount of substrate concentration, substrate doping, anything you can say. N means sub is the substrate, sub means substrate, N means the concentration of the charges. Okay, dopant concentration, substrate concentration. You can name it many terms. Okay. So this is the threshold voltage. The first threshold voltage is required because without threshold voltage there is no channel. So without channel there is no current flow. So as we are going to discuss about the IV characteristics, we must switch on the transistor first. How can we switch on the transistor? By using the threshold voltage. So I think it's clear. Yes, threshold voltage is typically adjusted by implantation of doping into the channel area during the device fabrication. In essence, altering the doping levels of the substrate near the oxide interface. So what is saying that meaning is you can change the threshold voltage value. Already there is something is the formula VTH is equal to 5ms plus okay. 5ms plus the formula is there now. So out of that, you can do one more thing to change the threshold voltage. That is called the dynamic threshold voltage. So you can keep, you can keep one. See, this is the oxide layer, and this is the polysilicon, and source and drain. So below the oxide layer, see this thick black line is there. That is nothing but what? So you will see one implantation layer is inserted. One implant layer. This is the implantation layer. So which is the nothing but generally this is using in the depletion mass transistors. Because that's why we are saying that in depletion mass transfer, channel is already presented during the fabrication. This is that one. Threshold voltage is typically adjusted by implantation of dopants into the channel area during the device fabrication. Fabrication itself, we must be keep a layer of what P plus is here. This is called the implantation. Okay, so show the figure. If a thin sheet of P plus is created, the gate voltage required to the depletion deplete this region increases. How? Because earlier this is the P, this is P. Now this is P plus. What is the meaning of P and P plus? P means somewhat lightly, P plus means somewhat more heavily doped. That means more positive than this is. This is more positive. Whenever this is more positive area, to make it negative, what to do? So more gate potential is required. There, more gate potential is required. What my point on? So earlier this is only P. Only P means suppose 2 volts may be required, but it is now P plus means maybe 4. Whenever this side is 4, this side must be 4. As I told you, it is our responsibility to bring the balancing condition. So the number of positive charges at the gate side must be equal to the number of negative charges at the channel side. That is called the balancing condition. Once the balancing condition is achieved, then the channel will be created. So that if it is a 4 volts, then you need to get the 4 volts. You need to apply the 4 volts. That's why. So based on this insertion of the P plus region, your threshold voltage is rising. So like that, you can adjust the threshold voltage. Yeah. So formation of the inversion layer in a PFET. This is the PFET. This is whatever the story we started from about the threshold voltage. So this is relevant to the NFET. So of course, what are the PFET? So what I told you, for the gate, you need to supply the negative voltage. See, this is the BMOS transistor. So negative voltage, gate voltage applied here. So means this all our negatives are here. Then here will be positive charge will be created. So this is the N type. So that N type is what? N type semiconductor is having. So N positive charges, positive ions with the negative free carriers. All the negative that means electrons are pushed down, and this portion remains what? Positive charges. That is called the depletion layer. After the depletion layer is formed, then go to the inversion. Then go to the inversion like this. This is the what? Formation of the threshold voltage or inversion layer in the PFET, PMOS transistor. So nothing difference. Only the thing is difference is what? Charge carriers and the supply voltage polarity. So NMOS, for NMOS, threshold voltage is positive. For NFET, VTH is positive plus VTH. For PFET, threshold voltage is negative kada, minus VTH. Okay. Yeah, now I'm going to find the IV characteristics. I need to find the current equation. So start from this. See, consider a semiconductor bar carrying a current I. If the listen, all of you remember this derivation I am doing for the only NFET, NMOS transistor, not PMOS transistor. Remember, always most of the times we are doing only for the NMOS transistor. So okay, this is also NMOS transistor. Take this one. Consider a semiconductor bar which is carrying a current I amperes. So whenever this is a bar of semiconductor, okay, suppose current I is entering here, then the output is what? I plus delta I. Because this is the wire or bar which is already charged. So whenever I is entering and passing through this bar of semiconductor, then some amount of the charges in the bar also going out, so the current is increasing. But anyhow, here is not the question. Here my question is, what is the current formula? Current I is equal to QD into V. QD into V. Okay. So QD means the charges in the depletion layer into velocity. V means velocity. Here put the minus sign. I forgot to put the minus sign. Put the minus sign because I is equal to minus dq by dt formula. I know I is equal to minus dq by dt. Why minus means current is nothing but flow of charges, removal of charges. So whenever the removal of charges, the charges value decreasing or increasing. Removal of charges means what? Decreasing. So that's why minus and must keep before that. Okay. So minus QD into D. What is the QD? Depletion charges. Or charges in the depletion layer, or charges in the channel. You can put anything. And V is the velocity of the carrier in the channel. Okay, this is the first equation. So where V is the velocity of the channel, and take this one. Take the first one. This is the first picture. In the first picture, what happened? Source is down. Of course, body is also down. So drain is down. Only VG is applied because of channel is present. Channel is need to present. So this is the equivalent circuit of this fellow is like this. Source and drain both are grounded, and VG is applied. Channel is established like this. I hope you understand. Okay. Here body, what we discussed, same thing. The channel is already established because of what? VG. So now, so this QD, what I told you, QD, depletion charge density QD. The charges in the depletion layer is proportional to the difference between the gate to source voltage and VTH. So gate to source voltage and VTH of the device. So what I told you, doping depletion charge density QD is proportional to the difference between the VGS and VTH. What is the VGS? Gate to source voltage. VTH is the threshold voltage of the device. So then the proportionality constant is W into COX. What is the W? Width of the channel. W is the width of the channel. And so COX is already oxide capacitance. Oxide. So W into COX. This is the proportionality constant. The proportional constant. In the silicon semiconductors, so your V, this is the V means what? Velocity of the carrier. Formula is mu into E, where mu is the mobility of the carrier and E is the electric field applied. Mobility, mu is the mobility and E is the electric field. So this V means velocity means this is the formula. So from this formula, so where mu is the mobility of the carrier and electric field E is equal to, so minus dV by dx. So E minus dV by dx. What is the E? E means electric field. E is equal to V by D formula in what is the electromagnetic field. Electric field is equal to potential by distance. V by D. Here, so E is equal to minus dV by dx. So dV means difference in the voltage, dx means difference in the length, distance. Okay. So that is the electric field formula. So now say this is the length of the channel is C. This is the X is L, X is this is the X. You can say this total is length L. This is 0. This is L total length. Here is starting, so that's why 0. Okay. Here is the X value. You can say X value is here 0. Here is L. Okay. This is the I need to find the potential at any point in the channel. At any point in the channel. Any point in the channel. Any point in this channel. Okay. So channel potential V of X. I need to know what is the potential at the X point. This is the X point. X means here. At this point, what is the potential? What is the potential? So that is called the V of X. I don't know what is the potential at the point X. So that's why I said that is the V of X. V of X. So now your formula. Yeah. Now see this formula. What is this formula? I need to know the QD of X. QD of X. That means depletion charge density at the X in the channel is equal to W into COX VGS minus VX minus VTH. This is the formula. So means the potential difference from here to here and here to here. Total. So this is the formula. I can change this one. QD of X is equal to W into COX into VGS minus VX minus VTH. So yeah. So I can be replaced with the ID, drain current. Earlier I said that now it is the ID, drain current is equal to, so already what I told you, minus QD into V. So QD minus QD into V, minus QD value substituted there. What is that one? So W into CY into VGS minus V of X minus VTH. Then V is there. Velocity. Velocity formula is what? Velocity formula is mu into E. Mu. So because of its N type, mu is nothing but VL, electron mobility, and E. So E is equal to minus dV by dx. Up to that one. Yes. Then minus minus get cancelled. Then the final is you got like this. So now boundary conditions. If you go to the boundary conditions, see, go to the picture once again. Here, see boundary conditions are G. L is equal to vary from 0 to L. Or X is equal to, you can say X is equal to vary from 0 to L. Okay. So potential is at source, potential is 0. At source, potential is 0. At drain, potential is VDS. Those are the boundary conditions. One is the what? Length. Okay, X. Here X is equal to 0. Here X is equal to L. Similarly, potential at this point source is 0. Potential at the drain is VDS. So if you substitute that limits for the finding of the total current from X to 0 to X L, see. So apply these boundary conditions. Apply these boundary conditions. What is that one? So V of 0 is equal to 0. And V of L is equal to VDS. V of 0 is equal to 0 means at X is equal to 0, potential is 0. At X is equal to L, potential is VDS. Because it is extreme to the drain current. That's why VDS. It is extreme to the source terminal. What is the source? Source is connected to what? Ground. That's why 0. Okay. So take this one and integrate both sides. So dx, otherwise multiply with the dx both sides. Then dx is cancelled. Then you got like this. Then integrate from x is equal to 0 to L. And this is x, V is equal to 0 to VDS. Then, so since ID is constant along the channel, so your formula is you got like this. ID is equal to mu n COXW constant. Okay, into, see, this is the integration of this one is nothing but ID into L you will get. So this is L is bring this side, then it becomes divide. Then inside there is a VGS minus VTH. For Vx, if you differentiate and substitute this limits 0 and VDS, then VGS minus VTH into VDS minus VDS square by 2 will get. This is the complete drain current equation in the triode region. So triode region. So in this equation, W by L is the aspect ratio of the device. Okay, and VGS minus VTH is called the excess voltage or effective voltage or overdrive voltage. Y means VGS minus VTH. Listen, 1 minute. So as I told you in the last class, VGS minus VTH. Suppose VGS is less compared to the VTH. Is there any challenge for me? No. So you can use that formula. In this formula, suppose VGS value is 1 or 0 minus VTH value is 1. Then the answer is what? Minus 1. No challenge. Suppose VGS is 1 volt and VTH also 1 volt. So that 0. Then VTH is 2 volts. VTH still 1 volt. Then difference is 1. That is called the effective voltage or overdrive voltage. So as long as how much strong it is, this value, VGS minus VTH, how much strong, that much of strong channel will be established. Okay. So this is the case 1, triode region. What is the condition for triode region? VDS is less than VGS minus VTH. VDS is less than or equal to VGS minus VTH. VDS value should be less than the difference. Suppose this difference is 2 volts, VDS must be maybe 1 volt. That is called the triode region. Of course, VG is greater than VTH. That is default. Okay. So this is called the triode region. For the triode region, the equation 3 is the equation 3. Different values of VGS for the different values of VGS. See here, result to different parabolas. For example, VGS value, I am talking about only one VGS value. For one VGS value, if we find the current equation by changing the VDS value, we will get one parabolic curve like this. This is the curve for the VGS1. This curve you can achieve for the VGS2. This curve you can get for the VGS3. For each whatever VGS, one parabolic curve will be given. So this is the generally each curve is having maximum value. Each curve is having maximum value like this. To find the, you can find this maximum values. How? Means the maximum value we get whenever your VDS is equal to VGS minus VTH. So if in this equation, suppose your VDS value, this VDS value, substitute VGS minus VTH. VDS minus VTH. Then what happened? This will becomes the, otherwise VGS minus VTH, you can say VDS, then VDS square minus VDS square by 2. VDS square minus VDS square by 2. 1 minus half is equal to half. Got the point? This is the VGS minus VTH is, I told you, VDS. Because the maximum of this, each curve is obtained whenever your VDS value is equal to VGS minus VTH. So that, suppose in this equation, this is nothing but VDS, then VDS into VDS, VDS square minus VDS square by 2. In the bracket, VDS square minus VDS square by 2 means we have only VDS square by 2. Okay, so this is. Similarly, here also, each and every parabolic curve has a maximum value at VDS is equal to VGS minus VH. Remember. Okay, so now this is called the triode reason. This is called the triode reason or linear reason. But see, this is the parabolic curve. I told you these are the parabolic curves. So in the parabolic curve, this is not so much linear. Am I correct or not? This is, suppose if you take this curve, this particular curve, this curve is maybe up to this point. If you take the suppose if you take this curve, if it is a linear, you can draw like this. You can draw like this. Means this is only linear up to this portion. Remaining portion is not linear. Then the triode is nothing but linear reason. Triode reason is nothing but linear reason. So that this is going to the linear reason. Up to maximum value is not linear. Okay, if you want to make the parabola as a linear, take only a initial some portion. Yeah. So from this, it is understand that the device current capability increases with the BCS. Of course, the BCS current. Why? How it is because whenever BCS increases, the channel width is increases. Whenever the channel width is increases, the number of carriers can be passing is increased. So thereby, ID can be increased. So this is the, remember, this third equation is important for the, this third equation is important for the linear reason, and triode reason. This is the current equation. So for the, this is for the NMOS ones. For the PMOS, only simple changes, put negative sign and change mu n as the mu p. Mu n as the mu p. Only two things. Put the negative sign. Okay. And change the mu n as the mu p. Mu p means whole mobility. Okay. Mu n is vector mobility. Mu p is the whole mobility. That is the only thing one change is required. Second case is deep triode reason. What do you mean by deep triode reason? Deep triode reason nothing but VDS is less than or equal to 2 times the VGS minus VTH. 2 times the VDS minus VGS minus VTH. 2 times or less. Earlier, the condition is VDS is less than or equal to VGS minus VTH. But now it is 2 times. It is lesser. Means in the curve, so means in the curve, this portion, especially this portion. So I think this reason is, in this reason you can say your VDS value is very low, very low. I'm concentrating on this reason because why I'm concentrating means I told you about this curve. The curve is supposed to, it is not linear up to the maximum value. Only some reason in linear. I'm going to take the linear. I'm going to capture the linear portion. So that's why the condition I have changed as VDS is less than equal to times the VGS minus VDS. But yes, so because the VDS is very, very small, that means VDS is very, very small means the curves are mostly almost linear. The curves are almost linear. That is the advantage I am taking the technical example. Okay. Yes. So whenever the condition is applied, take the third equation again. How can you change the third equation? In the third equation, what is third equation? So forget about the constants. 1 by 2 into Vn Cvx, sorry, Vn Cvx W by L is constant. Leave it. What is inside the bracket? Vgs minus Vd into Vds minus Vds squared by 2. So what I told you, your Vds is so small, so small. So Vds square becomes very small. Negate the Vds square by 2. Okay, understand or not? So then in the third equation, if you negate the squaring term of the VDS because of them very small, 0.1 square is how much? 0.01. Okay, 0.01 square is now what? 0.0001. So it's very, very small. So that square term will be negligible. So that after negligible the square term, we got ID is approximately equal to the Vn Cvx W by L into Vgs minus Vth into Vds. This is the fourth equation. Understand or not? How did you get this equation? So this is only in the deep priority. This is called the deep priority. Deep priority means the VDS is very small. Maybe starting values of the VDS. That is the drain current is linear function of VDS. See this equation. In this equation, VDS is there or not? Forget all the constants except VDS. Then ID is equal to VDS. If VDS increases, ID increases. Linear relation. Linear relation. Earlier, ID is equal to Vn Cvx W by L into Vgs minus Vth into Vds minus Vd square by 2. Square term is there. So there ID is equal to square of the Vds. Now this is a what? ID is equal to Vds. It's a linear. That is the parabola. So each parabola can be approximated by a straight line now. See that is the linear relationship implies that the path from source to drain can be represented by a linear resistor equal to. This is the picture. Earlier. So earlier, yeah, up to this portion I'm considering only this portion. This is called what? Deep priority. This is called what? Deep priority. So this reason is magnifying and showing here. See, each and everything is so linear. So linear. Okay? So this is how did you get this one? Because of this condition. Okay, in the deep triode region, because your ID is proportional to the VDS, okay, it is acting as a resistor, variable resistor. Variable resistor. See, here is a linear relationship implies that the path from source to drain can be represented by a linear resistor. So, what is the resistance value of the resistor? Source and drain is there. In between that, there is a resistor whose value is variable with the VDS. What is the VDS value at source? What is the VDS value at source? 0. At the drain, maximum. So that 0 voltage means resistance is high. Maximum voltage means resistance is low. Am I correct? So now R, that means resistance of that resistor. Okay, source to drain can be replaced with the resistor, variable resistor. The resistance of that value, you can find from the what is the resistance formula? Voltage by current. Here is the VDS, here is the ID. So VDS by ID is equal to 1 by this whole thing. 1 by this whole thing. So that is 1 by UN CVX W by L into VGS minus VTH. This is the what resistance equation for the deep periodism. In the deep periodism, the channel from source to drain can be replaced with a variable resistor. So note MOSFET operating as a controllable resistor play a crucial role in many LR circuits. Okay. First one is voltage control resistor can be used to adjust the frequency of the clock generated in the laptop computer if the system must go to the power saving mode. Okay, where we are use application of this variable resistors. One is the what laptop, and one more is see this is the transistor. This transistor can be replaced with source to drain is a one variable resistor. Variable resistors. Okay. So MOSFETs also serves as a switches. Yeah, this can be act as a switch. This can be act as a variable resistor to change the frequency of the clock generator. So this is the case 2. Case 3 is saturation. Case 3. Saturation region. Is what is the condition for this one is VDS is far greater than VDS is more than that 2 times the you would have mentioned 2 much 2 only. Don't try that. Only VGS minus VTH. Okay. You could change this circuit. Case 3 this is and forget about this 2. This 2 change this 2. Okay. So then, as we know the local density of the inversion layer charge, so we know the formula of this QD of X is equal to VGS minus VTH, Vx into VTH minus VTH. This formula I took from there on. Okay. Charge density of the inversion layer. So then, if V of X approaches VGS minus VTH, suppose V of X value is VGS minus VTH, I think what is the case? In place of V of X, if you substitute VGS minus VTH, then what happened? QD. Yes, what is the answer? 0. See that substitute with Vx value as a VGS minus VTH. Then VGS get cancelled, VTH is cancelled. Then what happens? 0. The charges in the channel become 0. Whenever your V of X equal to the VGS minus VTH, the charges in the depletion layer is 0. The charges in the channel is 0. The charges 0 means no charge. From there, no charge. So that's the thing. That's called the pinch off. That is called the pinch off. Earlier, what is the length of channel? L I told you. Now it is less. So because see this picture. This is the channel, and this is the pinch off point. For example, V of X is equal to only VDS. It will comes to here. If V of X value is approaching the VGS minus VTH, this point is shifting towards the left. This point shifting towards the left. So this is called the pinch off point. Pinch off means from there no channel is there. From there no channel is there. Okay. As VDS increases, the point at which QD equals 0 gradually moves towards the source. If the drain potential increases further, what happened? This pinch off is going to. I told you the condition is what? VDS is greater than VGS minus VTH. If VDS is increases, this condition is so strong, becomes stronger. Means this point of pinch off point is going to be shifting towards the source. What is the meaning of pinch off? From there onwards, no channel. No charges means no channel. The point at which the depletion charges in the channel or inversion layer become 0 is called the pinch off point. Charges 0 means no channel. Okay. So this is the shifting. Then see here is the pinch off point is earlier here. Now it is shifted to here. Okay, understand or not? So whenever it's shifting to here, this becomes the depletion layer. This is the inversion layer, this is the depletion layer. Depletion layer means what? A wall, simply a wall, which restricts the flow of the carriers. Okay? Yes. So Now the length, earlier the length is L in the old case. Now because of the length is the L dash, you can say L dash. Length is L dash is less than L or not? Yes, L is this much. Now this is the L. So this L, two are different. So that I can say this is the L dash. Okay. Thus, at some point along the channel, the local potential difference between the gate and the oxide interface is not sufficient to support the inversion layer. Inversion layer is this is. Here there is no inversion layer. What is saying? Because of this condition. Okay, the local potential difference between the gate and oxide, is the gate and its oxide, is not enough. It's not enough to establish the channel here. Still, yes. Now boundary conditions: x is equal to 0 and x is equal to L dash, not L. L dash. Okay, L dash is what? The point at the pinch of existing. So and voltage now V of x varies from 0 to VGS minus VTH. I told you maximum is VGS minus. At VGS, VX minus VGS minus VTH, the Vx value becomes 0. Sorry, QD becomes 0. So that's why the conditions, boundary condition changes. So with the boundary condition, again take the same equation and substitute that and integrate that one. Then you will get this is the formula. I is equal to 1 by 2 mu L COX W by L dash, new length of the channel. So into VGS minus VGH whole square. This is the current equation for the what? Saturation region. Saturation region. So here see, in the saturation region, can we find any VDS? No. In the saturation region, the current in the device will not be dependent on the VDS. You understand? No, doesn't depend on the VDS. See, this is in the saturation region. So generally, this is the about this one. Up to here already we studied with this one. This region, parabolic conditions. After that, saturation region, the current is so constant. You may ask me one question, sir. In the saturation region, even though there is no channel is existing, after pinch of point, how can the carriers influence? Understand about the question is that you should have that doubt. What I told you in the earlier figure, I showed that like this. So this is the Q point, this is the pinch of point. From here onwards, there is no channel. So without channel, how the carriers, at least constant means some carriers are flowing. So how can the carriers will flow from source to drain? So very simple. What happened? The reason is, here is my question. How does the device conduct current in the presence of pinch off? The pinch off is there. So pinch off is there means after that there is no channel. How the current is this constant amount of current is flowing? How it is getting? Very simple. So as the electrons approaching the pinch off point, as the electrons are approaching the pinch off point, from pinch off point to the drain there is no path. So their velocity rises tremendously. So the QD value generally what happened decreasing at QD. What is the QD value at the pinch off point? 0. The relation between the velocity of the carrier and the charge density in the channel, diffusion charge density formula is relation is, so velocity V is equal to 1 by QD. The QD is 0 now. The velocity is very high. So whenever the carrier is coming with the velocity, it cannot stop suddenly. Simply jumps from there to drain. That's why the current is. I hope you understand. Understand that? It's coming to the pinch off point. From there, it cannot stop because of it's coming with a very high velocity as QD is decreasing. So it suddenly jumps from there to drain. That's why a small, a constant amount of current is flowing. That is the fact. Okay. So this is okay. I will stop here. Tomorrow I will continue.